Attention, chosen ones, this message is not for everyone, because not everyone can bear the truth that you are about to hear. Today I want to talk directly to you, who always felt like he didn't fit, that his presence bothers those who are afraid. Since you were born, you have faced obstacles without logical explanation, persecutions that seem to orchestrated by unseen forces, and a multitude of challenges that many could not even imagine. Why? Because you're the most dangerous existence that this world has ever known. Think about it. Those who are afraid of losing power always try to silence what they can change the course of history. Since the beginning of time, the true elect, they were persecuted, not because they are weak, but because they represent a direct threat to the system that oppresses, controls, and limits. And you, yes, you who are reading this message right now, he is one of those exceptional souls who were born to break chains and set others free. Therefore, the attacks against you are no coincidence. People do not fear the harmless, they fear those who might provoke a revolution. Now let me tell you one important thing. If you've made it this far, that's no coincidence. This message has come to you because the universe has a purpose for you. There is something inside you that cannot be ignored, an unbreakable force, a light that troubles those who prefer darkness. This strength is exactly what makes you so dangerous. And believe me, it's not bad to be dangerous. On the contrary, it is an honor. Being dangerous means you have power. It means you own something they want to destroy because they can't control it. Before continuing, I ask you to pause for a moment. If this message has already resonated deeply within your being, click the subscribe button and enjoy this video. Why? Because we need this truth to reach more people like you. The system wants you to feel alone, but you're not. We are a community, and together we can spark relentless change. So right now, support this channel so that we can continue to bring this type of message that inspires, awakens, and transforms. Get ready, because what comes next is a truth that has been hidden for centuries and is now ready to be revealed. Let's unveil the exact reason why, since the day you were born, you have been the target of attacks, doubts, and fears from others. But remember, you are stronger than all that. From the day he first opened his eyes, the world reacted to his existence in a different way. You may not have noticed it at first, but something in the environment has changed. The looks, the attitudes, the opportunities that seemed to slip through your fingers. None of this was a coincidence. The elect are always detected, even before they understand who they really are. It is as if the energy you emanate is a beacon that illuminates both those who need hope and those who feel threatened by your mere presence. Have you ever wondered why, from a young age, you seem to be the target of unfair criticism or senseless attacks? Maybe your schoolmates treated you differently, or perhaps in your own family, there were inexplicable tensions directed at you. This happens because the world perceives something in you that cannot be ignored, an innate ability to challenge norms and break down structures that others accept without question. These structures, these systems designed to keep people obedient and quiet, tremble at the possibility that you will discover the power you carry within you. Society is designed to keep people in a state of submission, controlled by fear and insecurity. But you, since you were born, are different. It can't be put in boxes, it can't be submitted, and that makes you a danger to those who benefit from the status quo. The system needs people to be predictable, to follow the rules without question. But you were born to ask, to challenge, to transform, and that's something they'll never forgive you. Look around you. Every historical figure who has truly changed the world has gone through the same. Moses, a leader who defied Pharaoh and freed his people, was persecuted from birth. Even Jesus, whose light and message transcended time, faced relentless persecution before he began his mission. Why do you think these stories resonate so much? Because they exist to remind you that the price of being a chosen one is facing challenges that most people will never have to endure. But here's the secret. You have the strength to overcome them. The attacks you faced aren't casual. They are tests designed to refine your character and strengthen your spirit. Think about it. Gold only reaches its maximum purity after being subjected to the most intense fire. In the same way, you are being shaped by the difficulties you face. They fear you because they know what you are capable of when you fully awaken to their power. Therefore, they try to discourage you, isolate you, and make you feel worthless. But deep down in your being, you know that these are all lies. They want you to give up, because if you do, the system wins. But if you keep going, you win. And with that, you transform everything you touch. Remember, no one persecutes those who do not pose a threat. The forces that oppose you do not waste energy on conformists, on those who are satisfied with a purposeless life. You, on the other hand, are different. You are someone who can move mountains, and that terrifies them. Your life has a greater purpose, and while you may not have fully discovered it yet, that truth pulsates within you, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. I want you to think about something for a moment. People who do not pose a threat to the system lead quiet lives, without major ups or downs. They do not stand out. They do not question. They do not break patterns. They are cogs in a cog that keeps working no matter what. But you, from the beginning, were different. Even before he understood this, his unique energy broke the monotony of what was established. You are an anomaly in a system designed to maintain the balance of the mediocre. That is why they fear you. That's why they try to control you, and when they can't, they try to destroy you. You may have wondered, why me? Why do I feel this constant resistance in everything I try to achieve? The answer is simple but profound, because its very existence is a challenge for those who prefer the comfort of what is known. The chosen ones are agents of change, and change always scares those who benefit from everything remaining the same. That is the reason why, since you were born, external forces seem to have aligned to make your path difficult. But it's not because you're weak or insufficient, it's just the opposite. It is because within you there is such great potential that the system cannot allow it to flourish unopposed. Even nature itself gives us clear examples of this phenomenon. The strongest trees are those that face the fiercest winds. The eagle, the most majestic bird, only reaches its maximum potential by flying alone, facing storms that other animals would never dare to cross. You are like that eagle. Yes, your flight can be lonely at times, and the storms you face can feel overwhelming. But they are exactly what will allow you to fly higher than everyone else. That is the burden and privilege of being a chosen one. Allow me to tell you something else. In the biblical story of David, everyone underestimated him. No one believed that a young shepherd could defeat a giant like Goliath. But David had something that others could not see, an inner conviction that he was destined for something greater, something that transcended what others could imagine. That same conviction lives in you, even if you may not have fully recognized it yet. It is there, calling you to face the giants in your life and emerge victorious, because your gifts are unique and your purpose is greater than any obstacle that comes your way. What makes you dangerous is not just your ability to dream big, but your determination to turn those dreams into reality. And that's something mediocre people have a hard time bearing. They see you as a reflection of everything they never had the courage to be, and this fills them with envy and resentment. It's easier for them to try to turn off their light than to turn on their own. But here's the truth, no one can quench a chosen one, because their fire doesn't come from them. It comes from something much greater, something divine. The persecution you faced is not a punishment, it is a confirmation. It is the ultimate proof that you are destined for great things. The great leaders, the great thinkers, the great innovators, they've all been attacked, criticized, misunderstood, and yet they've moved on. That's what you should do as well. Every obstacle, every attack, every negative word directed at you is a sign that you are on the right path. Because if you were not important, if you were not special, no one would bother to try to stop you. Now I want you to stop and think about something profound. Everything you've been through so far had a purpose. Every rejection, every betrayal, every moment you felt like the world was against you, none of it was an accident. It was a process, a forge designed to temper, to strengthen every fiber of your being, so that you would be ready when your moment came. And while you may not see it clearly now, I want you to trust this. Your life is being carefully designed. For something great, the chosen ones don't have easy lives because they weren't born to live in an ordinary way. Think of the stars. They shine most brightly in the darkness. But they are also subjected to the most intense forces in the universe. You are like one of those stars. You felt the pressure, you faced the darkness, but it's all there for a purpose, for you to shine like never before. Because what is inside you cannot be contained, cannot be erased, cannot be ignored. And this is something that others see in you, even if you yourself have not yet fully recognized it. They feel their potential, their strength, and it bothers them. It's not uncommon for you to be the target of criticism or for people to try to minimize your accomplishments or your dreams. But remember, people only throw stones at trees that have fruit. What others perceive as a threat in you is actually the reflection of your own insecurities. They are not fighting against you. They are fighting against what your light compels them to see in themselves. I want you to imagine for a moment that everything you've lived so far is like a training camp. Every blow, every wound, every fall was a lesson, a stepping stone in your ascent to what you are meant to be. The chosen ones are not forged in comfort, but in adversity, because the destiny ahead of you requires you to be stronger, wiser, and more resilient than anyone around you. These internal and external battles are preparing you for something you can't even imagine yet. And if you doubt yourself, let me tell you something. The fact that you're here right now, listening to this message, is not a coincidence. There are greater forces working in your favor, guiding you to this moment, because you need to hear this to remember who you really are. Because even though others have tried to put out your fire, you are still here. And if you are still here, it is because your purpose has not yet been fulfilled. Everything you have lost, everything you have suffered, everything you have faced, none of it will be in vain. Because when the chosen ones rise, they do so with more strength, more clarity, and with a mission that nothing and no one can stop. Look at history. The big ones have always been persecuted. From the prophets in ancient times to the leaders and visionaries of today, everyone has had to face trials that seemed impossible. What made them different was not the absence of fear or doubt, but the decision to move forward in spite of it. And that's what you should do too. Within you is the ability to not only resist, but to thrive. Not only to survive, but to lead. So now I ask you a question. Are you ready to accept who you really are? Are you willing to embrace the fact that your life has a purpose? So great that not everyone will be able to understand it, because the time to hide, to minimize oneself, is over. This is the time when the chosen ones rise. It is their time. And while others are not ready for what you are capable of doing, it doesn't matter, because you don't need their approval, you just need your determination. Now is the time to take the next step, to connect with the divine that dwells in you, and to reclaim your place as the powerful being that you are. You are not here by chance. This message came to you because you were meant to hear it. The universe wants to remind you that you are not alone in this fight. I invite you to close your eyes for a moment and join in this prayer with me, a prayer to activate your purpose and strengthen your spirit. Creator of the universe, thank you for making me different, special, and full of purpose. Today I stand up as the strong being that I am, recognizing my value and my mission. May the forces that oppose me fall before my light, and may my path be illuminated with your divine guidance. Give me the strength to face any challenge, the courage to stand my ground, and the wisdom to understand that every battle is part of my destiny. Amen. Now declare in faith and conviction, I am feared by my enemies. Write this down here in the comments. Fill this space with power, because each written word is an affirmation of the strength you carry within yourself. Together, as a community of chosen ones, we will make our light shine brighter than ever. I also invite you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Click the sign up button right now to join this family of awakened souls who are transforming the world. Don't just subscribe, share this message with other chosen ones who need to hear it. Together, we are unstoppable. Remember this, you are not alone. We are many, we are strong, and we are destined for great things. This is your time to shine.